Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. One of the main issues people are having with Mad Max Furiosa is it's not Mad Max. What's going on with Mad Max? George Miller, the guy who created Mad Max as a property and obviously Mad Max Furiosa, he's come out and discussed the future of the Mad Max saga and that he is working on another Max film. Good. I think this is good news. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I still think this is good news. I don't really get why people are bitching and moaning about this. I still think this is pretty good news. Let's dive into it. Hit subscribe if you're new here and turn the bell notifications on. So here we have Entertainment Weekly, and it says George Miller provides an update on his plans for the future of the Mad Max franchise. He says, we are certainly working on it. Well, what's he working on? Obviously a Mad Max film, clearly. Now, it's not a future Mad Max film, which is what apparently people are getting their knickers in a twist for. They're like, Mel Gibson's alive, do an old man Mad Max. Do we need everything to be old man? Do we need everything like this? Do we need all of it to be the conclusion? You know, I don't mind George Miller doing a prequel story. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think there's so much to tell in this world. Why do we have to just steamroll right towards the end? Why do we have to do that? What's the issue telling, you know, a prequel type story? What's the problem? I don't get it. You know, why people are throwing their toys out the pram for this is quite, you know, is pathetic, quite frankly, I think. But let's take a look, right? So Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, features a brief glimpse of Mad Max and his beloved car, the Interceptor, which confirms what I had previously leaked in my test screening video from my source. Now it says this, it's more than just a fun blink and you'll miss it Easter egg for long-time fans though. Director George Miller says it directly relates to where he'd like to take the franchise from here if the opportunity presents itself. So that's important to note. One, this, you know, confirms what I'd already said in a video, so that's nice. Nice to get confirmation again that my sources are completely right. But it's good. Like I don't see the issue that he says this. Furiosa, the prequel to 2015 Oscar winner Mad Max Fury Road, serves as the origin story for its title character, Furiosa, before her eventual encounter and team up with Mad Max Tom Hardy. Miller had outlined Furiosa and Max's backstories before Fury Road began filming to help the cast and crew understand the characters. He says this, in doing what we did in preparation for Mad Max Fury Road, we also wrote what happened to Max in the year before we encounter him in that film. And this is Miller explaining to Entertainment Weekly the whole gist of it basically. He says, and as we get towards the end of Furiosa, the chronology, basically, we had to see that Mad Max was lurking around somewhere. Because we do know what happened. The writers know what happened to Mad Max in that year before. And we have a whole story of that, which I would like to do sometime if I get the chance. So basically he's saying, look, it's a Mad Max Fury Road prequel. What was Max up to? You know, what was he doing? Where was he? He's in the wasteland. Why was he in the wasteland? How was he there? What's he doing with the Interceptor? All this kind of stuff. I don't see the issue. I think this is great news. I logged on to Twitter and people are sharing this last night and as if it's a problem. Like, my God, have you not got anything more to cry about? Would I want Mel Gibson to come back and do a future Mad Max story? Yeah, of course. But do we need to do it now? No, of course not. Like, no, it's fine. I don't see the issue. You know, he's creating a... I just don't get it. I genuinely just don't understand why people are bitching and moaning about it. I enjoyed, like Mad Max Fury Road, I enjoyed for what it was. I don't think it's an exceptionally great film. I had a good time with it. I certainly wouldn't watch it. You know, it's not a movie which I think I would want to keep watching, that's for sure. I'm excited to watch Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, just because I think it looks great. I've heard very good things from test screens, and now I further, you know, hold more legitimacy to my source because what they'd already said about Mad Max appearing is now confirmed as well. So their general response from the audiences said it was pretty decent. Most people liked it. I would say that's probably legit as well. I'm excited for Furiosa and Mad Max Saga. But do I need Mel Gibson in the future? No. Why are we so quick to end things? You know, Mad Max as a property is so wide-ranging, and it's different each stage. We sort of venture into the world. It's interesting. And I think George Miller currently has done a really good job of crafting the world a little bit more detailed now. You know, previously, you watched the original Mad Max, right? Certainly not what we're getting in Fury Road, that's for sure. Certainly not what we're getting in Furiosa. Like, it's completely different. It's completely different. You know, and then you flash forward to Mad Max 2. Like, there's all these things. And now I think George Miller has seemingly nailed the aesthetic that he wanted to after all this time. Why are we rushing to end it? A prequel to setting up Fury Road, I think that's interesting. I just don't get the hate. I just don't get it. I don't understand why we're rushing to finish stuff all the time. Now, apparently he was pressed for an update on this Mad Max film, and George Miller responded, "Well, we are certainly working on it. I presume that's writing a script." He says, "As I say, we wrote that basically as a novella, and now we've got a chance. We will get that into a screenplay form, and then we'll take it from there." Cool. I don't see the issue, man. I don't see why people are bitching and moaning. Like, I understand it would be great to see Mel Gibson back. I think Mel Gibson has done some great things recently. He was in The Continental, which was a sort of a John Wick spin-off. I think he was really good in that. He's been in Boss Level as well. He has a good time when he's in stuff, and you know, he has a lot of screen presence, charisma. Would it be great to see Mel Gibson back as Max? Yeah, of course it would. But do I need Mel Gibson back as Max? No. I can still enjoy these films without him. It's okay. I think they've done a really good job of creating a world now, which, you know, moving forwards can absolutely be inhabited by Mel Gibson. It's not like he can't slot into this world at all. So I think this is good news. You know, people. The thing is, what I don't know, people kept bitching that there's no Mad Max. So then you get confirmation we're getting a Mad Max movie, and then people still have something to complain about. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're sitting there complaining, we're not getting a Max film, blah blah blah, and then he's like, yeah, we're working on a Mad Max film. People are like, well, it's not the Mad Max I want. It's like, for God's sake, Christ, like, come on. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. I think this is. I'm looking forward to this. I am very much looking forward to this. Yeah, cool, interesting. It says 30 years passed. So the long-running franchise began 1979 with Mad Max starring Mel Gibson as the titular character. It was followed by sequels in 81 and 85. 30 years passed before the Hardy-led Fury Road was released, and another 9 have elapsed since. So it could be a while before any new high-octane adventures come to pass, which is true. I still like this. I think this is great. I'm excited. Hopefully they get to make this. Please. I would be keen for this. I will say this, from what I know about this film though, significantly more green screen and soundstage work, which is a shame. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then George Miller was like suing Warner Brothers at one point as well, which is quite crazy to think. But this is good. More Mad Max. Never a bad thing. I'm excited for this. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Cheers guys. Take care. Bye now.